Hey writers, hope you enjoyed your quick break. I'm going to share my screen with you because now it is time to actually take that craft move and apply it to our own writing. So I'm going to model for you how I can add these two elements within my writing. So here's what I can do. I can ask a question to get my reader to pause and think, and I can emphasize a point, which means it just really helps drive my reason. Here are some question starters that you can have and access. I'm going to post a picture of them so that you can see them as well. Have you? Would? Why? How? If? Or what? So those are some possible stems or questions that you could use in your writing to drive that craft move. I'm going to go into my rough draft. And up here, I just typed out so that I wouldn't remember. I wanted to emphasize a point, and then I also want to make my reader pause and think. And I've got my question starters here so I can see them and use them. So now I need to read over my plan and see where I can add in two questions. One to emphasize the point, one to get my reader to pause and think. So I'm adding two more sentences into my rough draft. Even though it was risky for Henry to get in the box to escape slavery, I think Henry's choice was a good one. I'm going to stop right here. This is a big idea about it being a risk. I could really emphasize a point if I ask a question right here after this sentence. Have you ever risked anything in your life? That kind of gets the reader to pause and think. What would you do if you were in Henry's shoes? Okay, but that gets the reader to pause and think, if your life was terrible, would you take the risk to change that? I kind of like that one with if. If your life was terrible, would you take the risk to change that? Question mark. And I'm actually going to italicize this because now I know I have added one question with a craft move. Okay, now I'm going to keep reading. Henry had help to get to freedom. On page 25, Dr. Smith wrote, "This side up with care." He also begged the clerks to be careful. His idea was a good one because his plan worked to get to freedom. When Henry opened the box, 4 men smiled at him. They said, "Welcome to Philadelphia." I wonder there if I could add in another question. Would he have ever had a welcome like that if he was enslaved? Like, I wonder if people treated him that way when he was a slave. So that could be another question I ask. Oh, and look, there's would up at the top. All right, I'm going to italicize it. Let's see, I said, would Henry have been greeted so well while he was enslaved? I don't know. Makes me wonder, what was it like? So if I'm wondering, then I bet my reader is going to be wondering too. And so that gets my reader to pause and think. Yes, Miss Oliva got 2 questions in her writing that show that craft move. I know that you guys can add 2 questions about Emma's rug and creativity, like, have you ever been creative? Do you enjoy being creative? I mean, there's just some to start. So I modeled for you how to add in 2 questions to get my reader to pause and think, and then to really drive a point and say, yes, that's my reason why. So I know that you can do the same.